Zoom land? How are you? Don't make too much noise out there. Okay. All right, this is the Gereret service for conversion. You're not a Gerer because that's male. You're a Gereret because you're a woman. All right? Aren't you excited to know that? Barachim habayim b'shem Adonai. Blessed are you who have come here in God's name. And Ruth said, do urge me to leave you, to turn away from joining you. For wherever you go, I will go. And wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people will be my people, your God, my God. Where you die, I will die. And there I will be buried. I vow before God that nothing but death could part me from you. That's what we were talking about last night, Ruth. Okay? May God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob, Rachel, and Leah, bless Shelby, who has cast her lot with the people of Israel. She is a Geberet among the people of the God of Abraham and Sarah. May she prosper in all her worthy endeavors. May the work of her hands be blessed. And together we all say, Amen. Okay, come on over here. I have some questions for you. I have some questions to ask you. Okay? Simple yes. Okay? Do you choose to enter the eternal covenant between God and the people of Israel and become a Jew of your own free will?
Yes.
Do you commit yourself to pursuit of Torah and Jewish knowledge?
Yes.
Do you promise to establish a Jewish home and to participate actively in the life of a synagogue and of the Jewish community?
Yes.
If you should be blessed with children, do you promise to raise them as Jews?
Yes.
Do you commit to building a meaningful relationship with the state of Israel and its people?
Yes.
Do you accept Judaism to the exclusion of all other religions and practices?
Yes.
And last, do you pledge your loyalty to Judaism and to the Jewish people under all circumstances?
Yes.
Now you'll notice there was 7 questions. As we talked about in our studies, 7 is a very important number. Why 7? 7 means creation. So what are we creating today? Well, we're creating a new relationship with God, with Judaism. All right, so now you get to read your personal statement. Would you like to read your personal statement?
Are you sure you want me to? You
I
told me
would
last
love
night
it.
it was too long.
I would love to hear your personal statement.
I'll try to shorten it down a little bit.
It's okay.
I like to think of Judaism finding me rather than me finding Judaism. So many events in my life have led me to this point. Although I was raised Christian, my mother was always searching for a home church without ever settling anywhere, so most of our religious activities were confined to holidays and nightly prayers. Without the routine of religion, I always found myself drifting in my beliefs. When I was older and we found a church she liked going to regularly, most of my experiences that were profound centered around music. My best friend Jake 1, and I led the singing, as we like to call it in our tiny church. The people were kind, but the fire and brimstone type sermons never really resonated like the music did. Jake and I would sometimes spend half of the allotted hour in church just singing the hymns we liked most, whether the congregation followed along or not. The music was beautiful, if not exactly mirroring either of our faith. While in college, I unknowingly landed in a historically Jewish sorority, Sigma Delta Tau. Having been raised in rural Alabama, I had only ever met one Jewish person, and they did not practice religion. I remember asking one of my soon-to-be sisters on initiation day about Judaism, and several of them laughed at me for pronouncing it wrong. It was a legacy among Jewish women in Alabama to be initiated into the sorority of their mothers, though the Jewish enrollment had dropped, so there I was. I remember going to Hillel for Shabbat for the first time and feeling like a fish out of water. It was crucial for the Jewish women in the sorority to maintain their religious practices, but so as not to exclude anyone, they invited me to services. Over time, it felt like a natural part of the school year to go to Hillel for weekly Shabbat and then later for Rosh Hashanah and Passover. Though I still tried to ingratiate myself with Sunday services at the local church on campus, the warmth was never there quite like it was in Hillel, and that stuck with me. Though I felt different, I never felt shut out. In fact, I ended up enjoying it so much, I joined Hillel as a member with annual dues so I could come back without my sisters. Later on, I met my now husband, Jake number 2. Raised Reform in Miami, there were initially so many things to talk about when it came to religion. I told him about my college experience in SDT and how Jewish people had unexpectedly become family. He regaled me with stories of his family, especially his grandparents, who had given him his Jewish upbringing. Music, it seemed, was also a central part of his religious life that connected him spiritually. I remember early on talking about marriage, yes, we knew immediately, and asking him how he would feel if I never became Jewish. Being the loving, understanding man he is, he told me he would never ask it of me because he loved me for who I was. When we actually were planning our wedding many years later, Jake asked me for permission to include several Jewish traditions into the ceremony. I began to wonder, what portions of my religion do we include if I'm still not sure where we land? So late one night when I was working on my unit, I looked up Jewish learning programs and found Darshan Yeshiva. As I looked through the program, I decided to keep the conversion program in my back pocket should I decide way on down the road, and start with a beginner's course to learn more about who the Jewish people were and why they believed what they believed. The more I began studying, the more things seemed to easily come together for me in a way I'm still not sure I can fully explain. The struggles, the resilience, and the commitment to doing good to others and the planet despite the pitfalls spoke to me immensely. Having lost both of my parents in the last few years and struggling to understand the why, but I had to keep moving forward. One of the ways I coped was by continuing my career as a nurse, caring for others, believing I had to keep working for a purpose. That the struggle was part of the journey. In the most unexpected way, the more I learned about Judaism, the more I came to believe myself going through a similar journey as them historically. The loss, the fighting, the isolation of feeling as if you were the last of your kind, and the continuing on despite all odds working towards a better future. Those tenets of Judaism mirrored my life. Once I saw the similarity, it seemed Judaism had once again chosen me. I am choosing to be Jewish so I can carry on the legacy of these great people and pass on values to my children. We were married by a rabbi under a chuppah and signed a ketubah stating our promise to weave our lives with Jewish ritual and tradition. I have established a Jewish home with my husband and truly love the connectedness I feel performing weekly Shabbat and Havdalah. I still get to lead the singing and feel like an active participant in the religion I have found. There is a peace to this life I had never known before. The best part is having a partner who helps me without forcing me to do anything, lets me choose my own path, and walks in it with me, learning as I learn. My journey to Judaism has been long and winding, but I am confident I am now on the right track, and I can't wait to see where else it takes me.
Take a breath. You can breathe now. That was pretty quick.
Oh, well, good.
Thank you. That was lovely. That was very insightful. All right. Now, I get to publicly, for the first time, say your Hebrew name. Now, what happens is all the candidates for conversion pick their Hebrew name. It means something to her, okay? She picked Ellen bat Abraham v'Sarah. Now, she picked the Ellen part, which means
bright, shining light.
There you go. Okay. And Bat means daughter of. Abraham is Abraham because he's the first patriarch. Va means and. Sarah means Sarah because she was the first matriarch. So when somebody converts, their Hebrew name becomes their name, daughter of the patriarch and matriarchs. So that officially, you'll probably just go by Ellen. But Ellen bat Abraham v'Sarah is your proper name. When we sign paperwork later, you'll sign that way. Okay? So, Ellen bat Abraham v'Sarah. You stand before the open ark. Well, no, you don't. You will in a second. All right. You stand before the open ark and before the commanding presence of the Torah, the Jewish people's most cherished treasure. It has led us on the way and guided us ever since we received it at Sinai. It has been carried during the times of our greatest rejoicing and when we fled from burning synagogues and villages. I'm going to place the Torah in your arms. You're going to take it in your heart as you will recite the Shema, the words on the lips of a Jew until the moment of death, an affirmation that has sustained the Jewish people in life since our beginning. Okay? This is when you get to do the Shema. Okay? So, when we hold this, think baby. Under the tush and around its body. Got it? You sure?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, good? Okay. Now, please say the Shema, follow the Shema if you know it, in Hebrew, and then we'll do it in English.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Right. All right, go for it.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kavod, Malchuto, Leolam Vayed.
Good, you still want that. And now part of the Shema is the Ve'ahavta. Okay, let's see the Ve'ahavta.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol lavavach uvchol nafecha nafshecha uvchol modecha. Veheyu hadvarim ha'ela asher anochi mazavcha hayom al lavecha.
Very good.
Vishenantam lavanecha vidabarta bam bishivta bevekta uvlecha vadaresh ushakbaha uvkonecha ukshartam lot al yadecha vaheyu Totafot Bain Enecha Utavtam Al Mezuzzo Betecha Uvesh Arecha.
Very good. Very good. It's hard, isn't it?
Yes.
It's hard stuff, okay? So, we're not going to do that yet, okay? So, what is the meaning and why do we do the Shema? Well, the Shema is the watchword of our faith. We wake up in the morning with the Shema. We go to bed at night with the Shema. When we're dying, the last thing on our lips is supposed to be the Shema. We always say the Shema, except we don't use it in funerals and we don't use it in weddings. Otherwise, the Shema is always in every service, okay? And the Shema is not just the Shema part, but it's the Ve'ahavta after it. And we didn't do it in English, did we? Can we do it in English? You shall love Adonai your God with all your mind, with all your strength, with all your being. Set these words which I command you this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be a symbol before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I, Adonai, am your God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your God. That's why we do that, because the Ve'ahavta, which is from Deuteronomy 6, tells us why the Shema is so important and what we're supposed to do. Okay? So, all right. Okay, let's put this up, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Turn it around. Be sure to get it on the lip. There you go. Lean it against the front lip. Now, where are you? You okay? Say something about we're in trouble. Okay. Now. After we're done here with the ceremony, we'll look at the Torah so everybody can see. It's just cool to see what's going on in there. So now, I get to say something brilliant. I've enjoyed our little journey. I've enjoyed studying with you almost every week. Not only did you do your homework, but you gave a damn. You asked questions, you asked really good questions, sometimes very challenging questions, and that's good. As I expressed to you before, in Judaism, we're not only tolerated to ask questions, we're required to ask questions. Nothing is off limits. We can question everything. We can even question the existence of God, because God can take it. Where is God? God is everywhere. God is everything. Okay? God doesn't have a fragile ego. We do. It's all us. People tend to put our faults onto God. We seem to go, well, you look at God from the human brain, which of course is the only thing we got, but with our ego and our, sometimes when we feel bad, we're usually not too into saying what a great job, but we're usually, when we're upset or we're pissed or something, we seem to yell, scream, and carry on. Okay? So what we have to remember that's very important is that God set everything into motion. God created us. We're not the center of creation, we're a creation of God. So, hold on a second. I need a second. Hold on. Yeah, okay. I want to personally welcome you to us. We say MOT, welcome to the tribe. You're now a member of the tribe. And as we talked about in our studies, when you asked, a Jew is a Jew is a Jew. I don't care if you're Orthodox, I don't care if you're Reformed, I don't care if you're conservative. A Jew is a Jew. We're all one big people. You will find that we'll yap at each other, we'll fight, we're just a pain in the ass sometimes. We're a family, okay? But what comes down to, you'll always have each other's back, because a Jew is a Jew. There's no such thing as, oh, we don't like them. We might complain and blah, 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 and yap at them, but that's okay. That's what we do, okay? So, I have presents. I have a present for you, because that's what I do. And it's from Israel. And go ahead and open it. So while you're opening that, I'll get ready to say the blessing.
This is the same pattern of our hall cover.
Good. Not the same Israeli artist, I don't know.
It looks like it
I
is.
forgot their name. Cool.
Shout out to Robin.
Okay. Now, do you have to wear a kippah? No. If you find comfort, if you find joy in wearing a kippah, you wear a kippah. Okay, you're not forced to wear a kippah. Okay, it's just that I think it looks cool, and when we were talking, you sounded like you liked the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, with a bobby pin, it'll even be better.
Right.
It'll
Later.
stay on.
Thank you.
Okay, so face me. May God strengthen you in the solemn commitment you have made. As your rabbi and with the consent of these witnesses, I welcome you warmly and joyously to the faith, into the peoplehood of Israel. May you prosper in all your worthy endeavors, and may the works of your hands be blessed. We rejoice as we welcome Ellen Bat Avraham Visera. I sound like I'm rejoicing, don't I? Into our midst, who willingly will add and devotedly joins our community. And now, as one community, we celebrate this remarkable occasion by joining together in the Shehekiana blessing. Whenever we're happy, I'm happy, don't I look like it? Whenever we're happy, we say the Shehekiana. The Shehekiana blessing says, thanks for getting us here. Thanks for making us. Thanks for getting us here. Whenever we're happy, we do three things. We say the Shehekiana, we drink, and we eat. Not necessarily in that order, okay? But we always say thank you to God. So if you know it in Hebrew, say it with me. If you don't, I'll meet you in English. Okay? And where is it? There it is. Okay? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shekianu v'kiyanu v'hiyanu lazman hazeh. We praise you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who has kept us alive, sustained us, and brought us to this joyous time. Whew, we're almost done. All right, one more blessing. Well, Jake, I need you up here. This is called the Birkat Kohanim. Get together with your lovely bride, which commonly translates to the family blessing. Okay? Hopefully this was the benediction at your wedding. Okay? Yavarecha Adonai v'shivarecha. May God bless you and keep you. Va'er Adonai panav elecha v'hunecha. May God's presence shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha. V'yasam lecha shalom. May God's presence be with you and give you the ultimate in peace.